afternoon, everyone. Good to be back in Wareham again. Got an awesome show. Happy spring, everybody. It feels great. It's been spring a while, but the weather really is turning out nice lately. I got another rapper here. He's incredible, Ty Zio. But before we get to him, got to read these awesome underwriters, and then we will get right to it, as usual. So we got Smoke and Ashes Tobacco Shops in Whitman, South Weymouth, Hanson, Pembroke, Rockland, and Abington. We got Whitman, Abington News Corporate Office. There's the number. We got New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We got Barnacote Monuments in Middleborough. We got Crazy Axes Recreation Center in Hanover. We got the main ingredient, Just Good Food in Middleborough. We got Good Old Dave's Automotive in Hanson on Route 58. We got the Cornerstone Barbershop in Pembroke. We got Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We got South Shore Trains and more in Pembroke. We got Richie's Auto Care in Hanover. We got Pembroke Radiator in Pembroke. We got Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We got Nick Eronimo Landscape Supplies in Middleborough. We got Battistini's Bakery in Middleborough. We got Tom Auto in Middleborough. And we got the Gun Runner LLC, the store dedicated to your Second Amendment rights in Middleborough. I want to thank you guys very much. Now on that note, I will introduce this young man, this rapper. It's Ty Zio. His real name is Tyler, but he goes by Ty Zio. I guess he shortened his name a little bit. And we're going to look at a little clip of his work about halfway through the show. But first of all, Ty Zio, I want to thank you for coming up here and coming down here from Boston all the way. I know you get caught in a little bit of gridlock traffic.
Yeah, traffic is crazy from here to Boston, but I'm happy to be on the show. Thank you so much for inviting me.
I know we talked about getting you on because of Brittany Rubin, great girl that we both know.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Brittany, beautiful girl, a great actress, and hope she's doing well. But now we're talking about you. So tell me about, like I do with every guest, I want to find out, profile you, what you were like growing up. Tell me where you grew up. You told me you grew up in Springfield, Mass.
Springfield, Massachusetts, up until I was about 10. Then I moved to, it's like the next town over. It's called Ludlow, Mass.
I know Ludlow.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just never know because it's like people always act like Western Mass is
Ludlow's
like,
kind of like the little sister of, it's like a suburb of Springfield. Like Brockton is a Boston where I live. And
yeah, I would actually describe it the best that way because it's not too much different. It's just more built like a town than it is like a city.
Well, it is a town, isn't it? It's not a city.
Yeah, it is a town.
It is a town. Well, it must have been a nice move for you. It's a little quieter. I mean, Springfield's a big city, and Ludlow's a small town. And it's a nice area. I mean, you must have liked growing. All right, so you grew up there in Ludlow. So what did you aspire to as a kid? I mean, were you musically inclined? I'm guessing you might have
Yeah, I've liked music pretty much my whole life. Like, since I was like 11, pretty much I've been in like guitar lessons, bass lessons, singing lessons, stuff like that. I actually didn't get into like trying to be a rapper though until I was about 22.
And that wasn't that long ago.
No,
it wasn't. Last year, right?
Well, no, I'm 26, so it was...
Or 26. I thought you said you were 23.
Oh, no, 26.
26,
yeah,
okay. So
I just look really young.
All right, so it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
All right, well, what did you have an event in your life that inspired you, and if so, what was it?
Yeah, so I was in bands for like years, and I don't know.
Band, you said?
Yeah, I was in bands for like years.
Okay.
I just kind of felt like I was like better off like doing a solo project, which a lot of people like convinced me like I really should try. So I tried it more so with like the rapping way. And then I just feel like it's been working out ever since.
That's great. Okay. And that, of course, includes writing your own stuff, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I write all my own music.
Write your own music and everything.
I just, like, find beats on, like, YouTube. I'll lease it, and then I'll use it for, like, a song, stuff
That's
like that.
awesome. Okay. Do you have any inspirational rappers that you might want to name? I'm thinking Eminem right off the bat.
Yeah. I mean, I did listen to a lot of Eminem as a kid.
But you got to like that in some ways. Yeah.
Eminem's pretty good. I liked him, 50 Cent growing up. I was a really big Slipknot fan. Cause, I know in some of their music, they definitely do, like, some sort of rap metal. And I feel like that's kind of what inspired, like, my sound, because it's, like, a mix of rap and metal.
Okay, rap and metal. So basically, it's like heavy metal rap. It's not quite. It picks up the beat almost like heavy metal rock and roll, like some of the heavy stations like not ZLX, but WAF before they went religious on us.
I would say it's kind of like how nu metal used to be.
Yeah,
like a newer way of nu metal, so new metal.
Okay, so it's just a little hot. It's a little heavier style of regular rap. And I'll tell me about now. Quick question: before we watch the video, what are the lyrics like? Are they censorable? I don't care if they are. It doesn't bother me. I'm sure they can fix it. I mean, I know a lot of rappers like doing that, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely like censor it. It just would depend on the song, but like certain songs have like some swearing, certain songs I didn't put like any swearing in. But I could totally censor like some of them.
Okay, whatever. All right. Well, you figure it out what you want to add in the middle of the show. And surprise us. I'm sure it'll be great.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So now, did you go to college for music?
So I didn't go to college for music. I more so went to college for film and broadcasting and radio.
And you mentioned the school. What was it again?
It was Springfield Technical Community College. Shout out to them. I got my associates there. Right now, I'm thinking about getting my bachelor's over at BU.
Okay, but you haven't. I got my associates at Mount Ida and my bachelor's at Curry. But obviously, you don't have to do it all at once. You can take some time off and then go get it later at a different.
Yeah, definitely.
Depending on what your schedule looks like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, why did you pick broadcast school for? Did you have any? In fact, I noticed today you posted on Facebook you were looking for a TV station to hire.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah, because so I chose like to go to school for like broadcasting because it was like the closest thing to film, and I wanted to learn how to like direct movies, make movies,
Okay.
act in them, like all that.
I understand.
Like I'm kind of like a jack of all trade. I like music, film, acting, like modeling, like all that.
Oh, you done modeling too?
Yeah, I do modeling now.
Cool.
That's actually something new.
So, well, you know something? I have a lot of female models on, but it's nothing wrong with having a male model too.
Yeah, it's different.
I mean, I admire you from on an objective standpoint only. Obviously, if it was a female model, it might be a little more intimate than that, but that's a show for another day.
Right,
obviously.
right.
But that's pretty good. So, well, have you been? I mean, that having been said, have you been in any that's my expression. That having been said, have you been in any magazine covers or anything like that, or any print work or TV?
Nah, that's like the goal, but like actually with modeling, I'm fairly like new to it.
Okay.
But it was like something I always did like as a side thing, just because like I had tons of friends in college who were aspiring like not videographer but photographers.
Okay.
So like I would just like they would sometimes
model
need
for them.
models for like certain projects,
cool.
so
Okay.
I would just like take advantage of using that.
Okay, I understand. That's great. All right. Well. Now, but having that you went to broadcast school, did you do any filmmaking at all? Did you have any?
Oh yeah, I
in
did
addition to
filmmaking.
the rapping, have you ever done any acting in films at all?
Yeah,
or
I've
music
done
videos?
like acting. I've done videography, directing. Like they trained us pretty much to be like a jack of all trades in
Yep,
broadcasting
yep.
school, so that way
Both
we
behind
could,
the camera and in front of it.
yeah, so
Got
that
it.
way basically we could like fill our resume with like all sorts of experience, hands-on experience and stuff like that.
Okay. Now that I'm thinking here, why did you ever think of possibly trying Emerson instead? I'm just wondering. And if not, why not?
Actually, I'm kind of like thinking of Emerson like right now.
Oh, eventually, could you do that for a bachelor's after, or even a master's after you got your
Yeah, you can.
associates at Springfield?
Yeah, because the
Okay.
thing with like Springfield, it's a community college, so you can go for your associates there, and then they expect you to like transfer to a 4-year or like another school.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I know some people who went to Emerson. I know a kid that went to Emerson that when I had the show in Marshfield 10 years ago, and I was doing some stuff at WATD. He was part of a sports talk show that they had at the radio station, and I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I was just sort of checking him up on Facebook, and he had gone to Emerson, and he was working at Channel 6 in Providence.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and he was
Nice.
doing sports, and he was. I remember in 2017 they had him down in Houston covering the ALCS, obviously
awesome.
before the virus. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of things were better for the virus, a
of
lot
course,
easier
yeah.
for our field.
Well, things are getting better. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, the restrictions have definitely been lifted. But now, tell me what you've done, like, in the last several years last year since you started rapping. How many projects? You must have a lot of stuff you've turned
Oh yeah,
out.
yeah. I've got a total of like 7 music videos right
Okay.
now over the course of like 3 years. Because like with my come up for like rap, I planned it in like phases. Like the first phase, I was gonna record a bunch of music.
Okay.
Second phase was do a bunch of shows, which I did when I lived down in Florida.
You did a bunch of shows?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you mean
down in
like
Florida.
live shows?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Live shows, stuff like that. Going
Yeah.
to like different venues over all over Florida for that.
So you went to Florida just to do rap music down
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah,
What,
that-
the kids on spring break and stuff like that?
Stuff like that, but I also just like moved there to like, because I felt like my genre of music would fit in a little bit better down
Okay.
that kind of vibe. Because Florida, like they're more into like experimental like rap.
I never knew that.
Yeah, they
Okay.
definitely are. So
So
like
I ask these questions. Cool.
yeah, so
Okay.
I felt just like it'd be better for my career to like make a fan base too, like out of state versus like just in state, just to spread the sound around.
Okay. Cool. And now, how long were you in Florida in doing this stuff?
I was actually in it for like 1 whole year.
Oh, okay. So is that pretty much where you got your rapping start, basically, you think?
Yeah, basically it's where I got like most of my exposure, I'd say.
I understand. Okay. Cool. All right. Now, when it comes to doing your videos, do you have people to produce it for you?
Yeah, yeah. I have
Okay.
my friend DW Visuals, Justin
Oh, yeah.
Harrison. Shout out to him.
Okay. To who?
Justin Harrison. That's his.
Oh, yeah,
name.
yeah. Okay. Well, these are people who might be able to get on the show some future
Yeah,
time.
that
That'd
actually
be
would
great.
be dope. He
That's
would
great.
definitely probably like come
Oh
on.
yeah, absolutely. But what about other people that act in the videos? I mean, I see. That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen any of them yet. Do you have? Is it just you basically singing by yourself? Or do
Yeah,
you,
yeah, it's been like
Okay.
pretty much that the whole time. It's mostly just because like I found it like hard to sometimes get people together for music video.
Okay.
So like I trust that I can like produce it like with me and the camera just myself. But I do aim to like eventually get more people in the video. I think that'll just pick up and more people will be interested the more like there's exposure to it.
Right, and once the virus is totally
Yeah, that too, because
absolutely right.
you don't want to get too many people
Well,
crammed for
no,
like a shoot.
exactly. But I'm sure you'll have plenty of really interesting people in the video. And once you do, I mean that'll really launch your
that'll help
career
a
like
lot.
crazy.
Yeah, because then they'll want to share it too, because they'll say they were in a cool video and stuff like that, which helps.
Do you know how many followers you have on Facebook or on YouTube so far?
On YouTube, last time I checked, I had 7,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And my highest video is about 100,000.
My goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
It's been a
okay.
good 3 years since
Yeah,
of
I
rapping.
guess it has been. Wow, okay. All right, so that's wonderful. So how much time do you think you devote a week to doing this stuff? I mean, do you have like, do you write every day? Do you write down ideas? Do you
Yeah, it's like
rehearse
nonstop.
every
I'm always
day?
like thinking of like new ideas I can produce and stuff like
Okay.
that. Because I also have like my clothing line. I'm thinking about my next project being like I film a commercial for it.
clothing line, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
Infinity,
you got what kind
clothing.
of clothes? Like just men's wear, women's wear, both?
Yeah, I'd say it's like it can
Casual?
go with both. It's
Okay.
kind of like more like streetwear. It's I got hoodies, t-shirts, face masks,
Okay.
stickers, like keychains, like pretty much everything I could put my logo on. I try to find like
Your logo. Yeah, are you wearing your logo on one of those millions of tattoos you got on your body?
Nah,
there?
not yet. I plan to though, actually,
Okay.
to get it as a tattoo, but like I haven't yet though.
Do you have? Well, let me ask you this. I'm thinking we can maybe put the logo up on the graphics if you want.
Yeah,
if you have
definitely.
it,
I can send
so
them.
people can see what it looks like. Do you have it on your phone? So it's.
Yeah, yeah, I do
Oh, you
have it
don't
on
have
my
to
phone.
do it now. I'm
Oh,
just saying
okay.
afterwards, but that's good. That's fine. So
Yeah,
know
I
what
always
looks
have it
like.
present to like
Well, how
show
did you get a
people.
clothing line? How did that come about?
So it was just like basically when like the coronavirus like happened, I just had a lot of like time on my hands because I got laid off from both my jobs.
Obviously, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with that. My grandma constantly tells me that.
Oh yeah. I say it
and
just about every show, but go on.
yeah, and it's just like I started getting like traction with my music, and I felt like people would want like cool clothes to like represent my music, and like I still felt kind of like I was too new to just like put my name or face on a shirt. So I figured like I would create like a brand, which I called Infinity.
Okay.
And create
Infinity?
yeah, Infinity.
Okay.
And then
Boy,
create
isn't that someone else? Isn't that a brand name that's already taken?
Well,
That's Xfinity. Maybe
yeah,
it's a
Xfinity,
yeah, okay.
but they're not even clothing. So
Right.
I think it's like there's some level of it's okay if it's not the same like product or whatever.
All right.
It's also spelled differently, so
Sure,
it
okay.
should be okay. So I just figured like I would create like a cool brand, and people would like wear that to represent like my music and stuff like that and me.
Okay, so how do you produce do you produce the clothes yourself, or do you have people that do it?
Yeah, I do. I actually have family that they work in like a print press.
Okay.
So it's actually pretty convenient for me. So I just have to buy the T-shirts and then I just pay like the lump sum for like all the printing and stuff like that, but which doesn't cost me too much because like my family helps me out with it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it helps to have connections.
It
when you're
helps them
trying to do-
too. Obviously, you make the sales, and they all profit. You all
Yeah, it
do.
helps my family's business and it helps me and
Okay.
helps the brand and the music. Everybody wins.
That's true. Well, now when are you planning on doing a commercial for it? Or do you have any ideas? I mean, I know it's not done. Obviously, it's still in the planning stage right now.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have it like maybe later this year? You think?
I think it'll probably be like soon,
Yeah.
actually. But yeah, I had like because I kind of want to make Infinity like a sports brand.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'll have like commercials where like it'll have people like skating, people playing like basketball, just like different kinds of different sports.
Okay.
And like
Yeah.
I was thinking I could have it like where they put on my clothes and they just get like ridiculously good at the sport and stuff like that.
They do what kind of thing?
Oh, like I was thinking for like one commercial it'd be like they'd be like attempting a sport, not be that great at it. They put on my shirt and then they're just suddenly like really good at it.
Okay, so it's just kind of using a little humor there. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Good. Okay. Speaking of sports, you look athletic. Did you play sports at all, or do you? In school?
So like growing up, it's like I was like good at sports, but I never played for like a team or anything like that.
Okay.
But I also got into like following sports a lot later. Being from Boston, I'm a big Celtics fan.
There you go.
So I follow a lot of like NBA stuff, basketball.
I was actually at when they won this championship in '86. I was at the
Oh, really?
Garden on June 8th, 1986.
awesome.
You probably weren't even born yet.
No,
Not 80, not
94 baby.
1986. If you're 26, you'd have to already be 35 by now.
Yeah,
You got
so-
close to it.
Right.
Didn't you give a shout out to Lady Gaga the other day? Somebody did, who just turned 35 yesterday or today.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't me who gave a
Wasn't you?
shout out
One
to
of
her.
the people on Facebook did. I
Yep.
thought it might have been a rapper, but it was with someone
It might
else.
have.
Okay, well there you go. So now in terms of so far, tell me about the bands you've been in though. I mean, like how many bands have you been in before you decided to go solo?
Probably, I think about like 3, probably. But one was like the only one that was really active.
Okay.
It was kind of like I had like people that like they wanted to be in a band, but it's like it was just hard organizing and stuff like that. But then I joined like one band where we at least like had shows and like would do music videos and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't think they're around anymore, but yeah, it's just like I felt like me personally, it's like I had like the drive and the interest to like make sure I get like my musical stuff done.
Okay.
I just felt like everybody else, it was kind of like carrying them or stuff like that. So I just feel like since I've done solo work, I've been way better off and gotten way more views and following and way more successful like shows.
Okay, well that's good. And eventually you might end up, maybe you'll start your own band again. You think that's possible?
Yeah, I probably like wouldn't mind doing that again, but I probably would wait till like I get like pretty proficient like with Raptor, so that way it's like it's easier to find people that are really dedicated.
Okay. Well, guess what? We're halfway through the show. We're gonna take a little look at one of Ty Zio's rap songs, and we'll be right back. So we'll be right back. Enjoy it, and we'll see you in a few.
All right, enjoy, guys.
Ah, here we go again.
Let's get it!
You are now listening to NJB.
Every talk, ski mask, tight jack, shady money, lace, all of boys' names on them. Guards slipping, notice, no head like black, rotten hell, you to 6, losing 2 to 6, don't mean red die, it's a shot, cause it's a hit, it's a kick, I don't lack off, it's a split, tactical, it's a radical, misplaced, it's a refugee, grant my wishes, it's a genie, call me Michael, it's an archangel, cause when I come through, I'ma scare the hell right from out of you, whoa, like it's a Hellsing visual anti to the blood moon, what you do, devastate, it's a typhoon, call my cat 9/11, cause gonna hit back, it's a boom, kill shot, dead shot, pierce a dreadlock, after gonna need a rest stop, right all night till my dead or stop, to the slow-mo bullets, 8 times like the Matrix blood, it's a max pain, like the Matrix blood, pain, snakes in my head, feeling it's a Medusa, me laying more people up, it's a sucker, every talk, ski mask, tight shot, shady money, lace, all of boys' names on them, God, there's no head, like rotten hell, you to 6, cruising 2 to 6, don't mean.
Oh, that was great. Tell me about it.
Thank you. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, it
so
was.
that was my video I filmed in Chinatown recently, Yakuza.
Perfect.
Yeah, I really like the visuals for that one. I think my videographer, DW Visuals, he did a phenomenal job with that.
Okay.
I like the color scheme and like everything just like was awesome for that. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Why'd you pick Chinatown? Just like
So-
you like the backdrop, you know, the village atmosphere, like the real Chinese
Yeah, so it was like
flavor of the area, which it kind of is.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that was part of it, but like really the true reason was just the beat for that song has a very like Oriental sound.
Oh, yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
like I just went with more because like usually when I like make a song, I think of like a cool location to film the video.
Okay.
And because of how the beat sounded very Oriental, I just figured like Chinatown would be perfect. Plus, also I feel like when people think Chinatown, they think like New York, California,
Right,
Chicago.
San Francisco.
Yeah, San
Right.
Francisco, Chicago, like other cities, they don't think that Boston actually has a Chinatown.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought everybody knew that. I guess
I
not.
mean, probably just in Massachusetts, but like I've
Oh
never.
yeah, really. Out part of the parts of the country, they don't know that Boston has one.
Because like I have a lot of friends who live in New York, and when I told them I was filming in Chinatown, they're like, "Oh, you're going to the city?" It's like, no, I'm doing it in my city.
Oh wow, they thought you meant New York, Chinatown,
Yeah,
right?
because everybody I think thinks New York, because most of the films in like a Chinatown, it's usually like New York.
You ever been to China?
No, I've never been.
I have been to China.
Oh, you have?
Oh, yeah, I was there in 1998, and it was quite a country.
What
And,
part?
Yeah, it was wonderful, man. I'm just thinking. I remember I was walking through the. You know, I don't know if you happen a little off the subject. You like Steely Dan?
Who?
Steely Dan. You never heard of Steely Dan?
I don't think so. No.
That's unbelievable. They're a big, band going back to the 70s. Well, one of them passed away, but
Oh, you did?
yeah, okay. Well, they did a song in the 1970s. They did an album called Asia. All right, and the title of the cover was spelled AJA. But they did a song. They love Chinese stuff. They like singing about China and and Asian stuff. And I remember when we were in China, we saw a lot. I was fantasizing at that time in 1998. I didn't have a video camera. We didn't have smartphones. But it would have been really cool to take that song Asia and make it into a music video using the people in our group.
Yeah, that
And, being alongside the Chinese people over there. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I like the visuals of just like finding like cool places to film and stuff like that. So I definitely think like Asia probably had
I
some cool
understand.
spots.
Okay. All right. Well, so tell me about like how do you decide what you feel are cool visuals? Is it always outside? What about like bars or anything places where there are a lot of people, maybe churches, something where where people attracts big crowds of people, and obviously minus the pandemic. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you like? You like to have just having a lot of people in the background? Is that it?
I do like having a lot of people in
And
the
artwork
background.
in the background too.
Yeah, a lot of
okay.
artwork too, because I filmed like tons of videos with like cool graffiti in the background.
Right.
So basically, I just like to film like I don't know. I feel like every video should be almost like a different atmosphere.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
diversity,
why
exactly.
because
Yeah.
like if you ever look at like one of my videos, no video is like the same. It's all like a different kind of like look, style, its own flow. So
That's
it's like
awesome.
so it's almost like it's an anthology series where it's all like tied to the same thing, but it's all a different like energy of the same thing.
Okay. Now, in terms of getting the music, I mean, how do you, I'm not talking, never mind the lyrics. How do you make the song, the music up, like just the sound music, the sound of the music?
Like, how do I record it?
The notes, yeah. How do you do that? How do you assimilate that to what you want to do?
Okay, so like I used to have like my friend Edo come over and like he would record me with his like equipment.
Okay.
Shout out to him.
Okay.
And then I would like record it basically raw where it's like not mixed and everything.
Okay.
And then he would mix the vocals. He'd mix the music. Like he just like literally would do his stuff and it would come out great.
Okay, great. Okay, so so he sort of helps you out.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, go ahead, talk about it.
Okay, yeah, like he basically like taught me how to like write, count bars, like how to actually be a rapper. Like pretty much I was like just raw talent. He like basically shaped me.
Cool. So he's to you what Dr. Dre was to Eminem.
Actually, yeah.
That
Pretty
makes-
much you could like
yeah,
say
that's
that
good.
where I had the talent, he had like the technical skills. Because like I'll even be like honest when I'm like recording with people. I'll be like, I only know how to do this. I don't know how to do any of the technical stuff.
I
I'm just
understand.
talent.
Well, okay, because what you learned in broadcasting school really had nothing to do with editing music videos.
No, I mean there is like say classes you can take in that field that are for the audio side.
Right.
Because you always need audio people with like broadcasting. But of
course.
that wasn't what I went into. I went into TV productions from broadcasting. So like learning more about the movie element. They
Okay,
teach you a little sound design, but not really like musical sound design.
I understand. Now, have you ever been on TV before? And then, no, I'm not talking about videos. You've obviously done music videos, but have you ever had any TV exposure? You know, in any of the towns you've lived in, or even at your college or your school?
I would
Was
say
this your first TV show?
yeah, this
Oh,
is
good.
actually
That's
my
an
first
honor.
TV show.
Okay.
But like I was like say on like the school news, but not like say news like in people's like homes or
I
like,
understand.
big,
Okay, you
big
weren't
like
Boston
TV
TV.
stations. But I mean that's goals. I do aspire for that.
All right,
eventually.
we'll get you there. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I
Okay.
believe you.
I know you will. So tell me about DW Visuals. That's a company, right?
That's my friend's brand. He is a videographer. He videos for like rappers. He'll
Okay.
do like clothing line. He's just an overall like really good like videographer. He's done literally every video I've ever produced like
Oh, cool, okay.
released.
What's his following? I mean, he must have a pretty big. Is he just basically all New England, or does he go further around the country?
He'll pretty much go like anywhere you want him to go, but it's like the farther away it is from where like he lives, the more expensive it gets.
Of course.
Just because you know he has to break even.
Yeah, you got to pay his freight. That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's
But what I'm
only
getting
fair.
at is how far has he traveled? How far has somebody called him for their services? What's the farthest away somebody's summoned him for work? Do you know? If you have, if you don't know, that's fine.
Yeah, he's told me like somebody wanted him to do like a video in Florida.
Okay.
I'm not sure like if that went through, but that was like the farthest like I know like he's told me somebody wanted him to like fly out to.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so he's got he's pretty well known.
Yeah, he's got a good clientele base. He probably releases like a new video at least like probably once a week. So
Wow.
people definitely are like hitting him up for like visuals and stuff like that.
That's awesome. How long has he been? He's a young guy like you, right?
Yeah, we're about the same age.
You're about the same age. What's the size of his staff? Does he have a lot of people working for him?
Actually, it's really just like him and his girlfriend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So has he ever done any TV commercials or ever worked for any? Has he ever done any like work for any of the major TV stations or for any of the ad agencies?
Actually, no. He's pretty much all freelance. Like,
Okay, I understand,
He just
okay.
works for himself. He's self-taught, like everything.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you plan to put your TV commercials together for your clothing line?
So basically, like I was thinking I could like act in it.
Yeah. Okay.
The plot would basically be like.
I know you have friends that are going to be playing. Your clothes are going to make them superstars.
Yeah, basically
understand.
turning them into all stars and stuff like that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It is. It's wonderful.
Thank you, appreciate
but
that.
is DW going to produce it? You think?
Yeah, I'll have
Okay.
him definitely do it. I probably wouldn't have like anybody else like produce my videos but him because I
But
like,
him,
trust him with it.
You
and,
guys
like,
are in sync about all that stuff.
oh yeah,
it's
definitely.
good.
When we like come together, it's always a perfect visual because like we share ideas. Plus, I have the background in like broadcasting,
Right.
so I can understand like his technical terms and I can advise like certain things because like I know the terminology and everything.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay. Where did he go to school?
He went to like SciTech in Springfield.
Okay,
because
so
we're
it's-
from the same city.
I see. I know, right, but you didn't go to the same broadcast school you did.
No. He went. SciTech is like it's a high school that can like teach you stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay.
but he didn't go to like the same college as me or like.
Right, I
any other,
understand.
stuff like that.
This was after your high school that you went to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how do you spend your days now? Do you write? You just like write stuff every day, and do you
Yeah.
reach out to people constantly? I mean, I see you do on Facebook. You post a lot of stuff. You say, you know, you're really, you know, you got the intensity of a true artist, and and your following just seems to be getting bigger all the time. So knowing that, how many people, you know, reach out to you? Has anyone ever reached out to you and said, can you help me do a video? Or can you put me in a video or something like that?
Yeah, I've had like some people like offer that. Like, I definitely see like more people being like interested in it the more like I do it. I've had
Yeah.
like photographers actually like want to fly to Boston to do like photo shoots with me.
Oh, fly to Boston from where?
Like Cleveland, Ohio, and
Wow.
stuff like that. Like, yeah, crazy like faraway places, which I'm down to. It's just basically we just got to plan something, and I'll.
It's funny you should say Cleveland because today I talked to a woman in Cleveland, a model who wants to
really?
do the show.
That's
She
awesome.
may come up here.
That's actually cool.
Well, it is cool. She has a relative in Boston.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, it would be. So, and now you've gone to Florida, you've done some stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you plan to expand your range, your geographical range soon? You know,
Oh, yeah,
doing rapping
definitely.
in different states and around the country, and then maybe even overseas, possibly?
I would definitely do overseas, like, and around the country.
Yeah,
Really, I'm like open to play a show anywhere if they want to have me.
I
Definitely
understand.
anywhere.
But have you, aside from Florida, have you been anywhere else to do any, in Boston? Have you done rapping anywhere else?
So not Boston, but like Worcester, I've done like
Okay.
a show in. That was actually my first like show as a rapper in Worcester, and I played like tons of shows all over Mass. But that
You do
was like,
play a lot of shows. You do a lot of, shows at venues.
oh yeah.
Okay, and I suppose they sell out pretty well. Do you open for other people, or do they open for you, or what? How does that work?
So like I've actually like I've opened for like people before. It was the band Cold Chamber I've opened for.
Okay.
Opened for like another like heavy metal band called Carnifex.
Okay,
So like some pretty like decently like well-known like groups and stuff like that.
that's awesome. Okay, so you really, your following is really getting bigger all the time.
Yeah, like
especially
every
that
day.
that you open for all these people. Well, guess what? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the show.
Oh wow, that was
Yeah,
fast.
we may always make it go by fast. So what I want you to do in the remaining time is look at the camera there and give shouts out, condense them. Give shouts out to people that are going to see the show. When you see the orange lights, either one, it doesn't matter. And then we'll wrap the show up just like we began it with my music.
All right.
So,
Right. All right. Shout out my mom. Shout out my grandma. Shout out my brother. Shout out DW Visuals, Edo. Trying to think of else.
Well, if you miss a few people, they'll forgive you. I mean,
I know.
you got a lot on your mind, obviously.
I think that's just about it.
All right, that's cool. Well, I
All
hope you.
the immediate family.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yeah.
that's immediate family. They know who they are. Well, I hope you had fun with me.
Oh yeah, definitely. I loved it.
Okay, so here's what I want. Here's the next thing I want you to do. Like I ask everybody that does my show. If you had fun with me, I want you to talk to people that haven't done the show. You got my digits. Have them text me. We'll get them on as guests. We'll have you guy from DW on if he wants to do the show.
Oh sure, I'll like bring it up with them today. I'm sure he'd be down.
That'd be great. Or anybody that anybody that's acted with you, any people, any musicians, or any people that you know from school, any friends or whatever that might have an interesting story to
Oh yeah,
tell.
they would definitely appreciate all that. Definitely,
that'd
I'll
be
hook
great.
you up.
Okay, so now going forward, before we wrap it up completely, do you have any projects on the horizon that you haven't mentioned that you want to just make reference to?
Yeah, so like right now I'm like recording a bunch of like new music. So when the current music I have gets like thousands of views, I'm definitely gonna like have new music to release. Right now it's being like mixed by my boy Edo. It should definitely be dope. Like I think the people will like the new sound and like all that.
That's great. Okay. All right. Well, you did a great job with me. I want
All right.
to again thank you for coming
Appreciate
down
it.
here from Boston, even though you got caught in a little gridlock.
Yeah, traffic was crazy from Beantown.
That's Boston for you.
Yeah,
That's the
it
area.
is.
Well, I drove 40 minutes to get here, and I was lucky today. I didn't get caught in any traffic.
Oh, nice.
But that's okay. It's worth it
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
Sometimes
it
you
was
have to-
definitely like worth it.
Okay. Well, all right. So you ready to wrap the show up as we began it?
Yep.
Okay,
definitely.
folks. Thanks for watching Topic Time.
All right, thank you.
More great episodes to follow. See you next time. Take care. Have a good one.